We live. Talk About It Tuesdays is back. Let's go. Hey, hey, hey. I'm so excited. 2025. Come in. Join in. So we've got Tommydidit. Tommydidit will be the guest for tonight. What's up? Let me send the live right over to him so he can join in. And we're going to get right to it. Talk About It Tuesdays is every second and fourth Tuesday of every single month. Boom. So we're going to chop it up. I'm super excited because Tommy is extremely talented. I mean, very talented. The vibe setter himself, right? So I'm going to send this out to some people. Send it out. Boom. Yeah, I'm excited. Every second and fourth Tuesday of every month, Talk About It Tuesdays, hashtag TAT. And the episodes will also be available on the CLC network. What's up, Chrissy? What's good, girl? Alright, let me see what's good with Tommy. Let me see where he at. I'm excited to chop it up. Let me do this first, right? Because if you remember how I did it last year, I would light a little Palo Santo, sometimes a little sage, get the good vibes in the air. I'm all about love, light, positive energy. If you know me, you know that. Tommy's in the building. Perfect. See, the Palo Santo works. Alright, let's see how we do this. Tommy, I just sent you. I'm going to send it out to some more people too. Let's get it. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Good vibes. Let's see what else we got here.
Hey, what's up?
What up? Alright, we lit, Tommy. We lit. How are you?
Doing good. How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm blessed. Definitely blessed. Definitely grateful. I'm going to turn my volume up a little bit. So, yeah, welcome to Talk About It Tuesdays. I'm glad to have you on. It's 2025, so we starting anew, and you are the first guest for 2025. So, I'm excited.
I feel special.
Yeah, you should, because I thought of you first. For real, because, you know, it's what's dope is that, like, people really, including myself, you know, like, I really don't go out that much, right? But I follow you around, you know, like, and that's what the vibe setter really means. Like, that's who you are, you know, like, that's what a good DJ does, is they bring a crowd just by posting where they're gonna be at. Like, simple.
That's
Boom.
fact.
So I'm gonna send this to a couple people who said they definitely wanted to pop in. I don't want to leave nobody out. All right, so shout out to everybody who's in here right now. I'm going to start it off with like a big question. Big one. We're going to start it off big.
Got
it. And I feel like I kind of have like an inclination of what it is, but I want it to come out of your mouth. I want you to say it, whatever it is, yourself. So what is your why?
My why? That's a good question. Definitely my daughter, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely my daughter. Everything that I do is for her and because of her. So that's definitely, she plays a major part in everything I do for sure.
Yeah. That's what I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. That's gonna be the answer to a lot of questions.
I love that. I love that though. And I respect that for sure. You know, I had a great relationship with my dad growing up, you know, before he passed away, and like, yo, he did it for us too. Like that. So I respect that. Like, you know, it's about the youth, but then when you have one of your own or however many of your own, I can only imagine like the love and the passion that comes with that, like the wanting to do good for them.
Yeah, it's definitely life changing for sure. Like having a kid and just what all that entails as you know navigate this thing we call life. You know what I mean? So it definitely adds a different perspective and just a different energy to like your movements and just the way you think and the things you do. So she's
Mhm.
definitely the force behind a lot of what I do for sure.
I love that. And okay, so how did you come up with the name Tommydidit?
People always ask me that, and I'm gonna be honest, like I really don't know. Um, like I don't remember at all. Like I think I was just like people used to say it growing up, like in like high school and stuff, like, oh, you know, like Tommy did it, like, or at the time, like I was known as TK, so they like TK did it, and then when I transitioned over to like being called Tommy, it was just like, you know, Tommy did it. It kind of like rang, it flowed, so I was just like, you know what, that's what it's going to be. But to give you a definite answer, like, oh, I know this specific moment why I chose this theme, I don't got that for you.
I like
I
that
don't
though.
got that.
Tommy did it. Tommy did it sounds better than TK did it, I think, to be honest.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
for sure,
something
for
about
sure.
it. And the logo is fire too. The Tommy did it logo is dope.
Thank you. I
So
appreciate
how
that.
did you like approach music? Like where did it first originate for
Um,
you?
um, so a lot of people don't know this about me, but I mean, you've seen me perform before. But I was actually a musician before I
Hmm.
started DJing. Like I play piano, I songwrite, I rap, sing a little bit. So that's always been like a big part of my life. It's definitely the catalyst to like everything I do in life. Music being the root of who I am for sure. Um, but it's just since the age of 13 in music class, I seen my music teacher at that time play like every song around that time period on the piano, and I was just like amazed by like, oh shit, that's like so dope. So I was like, I gotta learn how to do that.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, so it was dope. So that's definitely where a lot of it came from for sure.
Okay. Shout out to Conversations Over Chess, COC. This episode right here will be available on COC Network on YouTube, so be sure to subscribe, y'all. Um, but okay, so yes, I know that you performed because I met you at that event,
Yep.
right? Like the first time we actually met, shout out to Remedy
Working
Love.
around
She's a dope artist as well. I
back.
sent her the live, but maybe she's busy right now. Shout out to Prayer and Hustle. The Path to Authentic Self-Esteem was the name of the event.
Yep.
And we both performed at it. And it was super dope because like I hadn't met you. So like my first impression of you isn't as a DJ. My first impression of you is as an
Right.
artist. And if you don't mind, I got to play. First of all, till yo, till now, I didn't see any of your like music videos from your music.
Right,
I
right,
just seen some mixes and stuff like that. Because
right.
for those that don't know, Tommydidit got mixes available on YouTube, on SoundCloud. Are they anywhere else?
YouTube and SoundCloud for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I seen some of them on YouTube, right? But like I didn't really scroll down and like check out what you got as far as your music goes. And your
Right.
videos are fire
Thank you. I
too.
appreciate it.
Not for nothing. Yeah, they're fire.
Yeah.
But I gotta play a song that I remembered the title to very easily
Yeah,
from
I already know
that
what to
event.
play.
I gotta play it. So this is called Weirdo.
Yeah. Good old weird.
I'm deranged and strange, that's cause I wanna be. I don't follow rules, so please, who is the hell I see? Everything is slow-mo, 3D, I be beastin'. Trash flows, these rappers is whack, so I'm beastin'. Eating, belly feeling full off these corny raps, geeking. Cup belly full, but it's still a yak, I'm tweaking. I'm a fucking weirdo, peep me, I don't give a fuck what you think, keep speaking. Weirdo, weird,
This is a good time.
weirdo,
That was a good time.
Yo,
What a
Like,
time.
yo, you had a good time performing that too. And I was like, first of all, I love that you, like, I embrace being like weird. Like, I
Right.
embrace so much being like different, weird. Like, I'm always like hashtag stay weird because I think that that's what makes us authentic. So the fact that you chose that record as a part of your set for that event was really dope, and that song was fire, and the video is fire. Like, I'm just saying, like, the beat is fire, everything, and like, you know, your other stuff was really dope too. I know right now it's like so big DJ wise, but like you're still an artist all around,
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah.
fire.
I'm actually about to like really get back into like for fun, of course, but like just like writing and just creating music because like that was like a big part of my life that I kind of like put on the back burner because you know you kind of just like grow out of it a little bit. But it's definitely like that talent is still there and it's something that like I really need to hone in on a little bit more for sure. So this year I'm definitely sometime soon gonna be dropping some music for sure. It's coming.
We got, we gotta get in the studio, make some weird shit then.
I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm,
Shout out to Jay Knight. She says me too. Weird.
yeah.
Facts.
I actually made Weirdo. Like my friend, shouts to Sneaky Beans. He's the one that produced that song. He sent me that beat, and it was obviously like the big beat was mad weird. I was like, oh no. But then I listened to Tyler Creator's Goblin. I mean
Mm-hmm.
Yonkers. I'm sorry.
Yonkers, yeah.
And I was just like, okay, like I think I need to go like kind of like that route a little bit. And then yeah, so Weirdo was like my biggest song that I've ever made. It was actually on radio and everything, so it was dope.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire. Yeah. It's got a lot of views too, and as it should, you know, the video's dope, the production's dope, the song is dope, and you definitely made the beat. Your Tommy been doing his thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't
I
know
wish I
when
could
that
see the
event
comments.
was. What was that? What was you? Oh, you can't read them?
Yeah, I don't see anything popping up. Yeah,
Oh man,
but it's cool though. It's cool. Shout out to
my
everybody on the live. I can't even see how many people was on the live, but shout out to everybody that's tuned in right now.
Yes,
Appreciate that.
yes. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. Shout out to everybody that will also, you know, see the full episode on COC Network. And all right, so you're from. It's funny when we met. I also thought you were from Poughkeepsie because when I went to your Instagram, I seen you were just all over Poughkeepsie, but you're
Right.
actually from Peekskill, right?
I'm from Peaksville, 914 for sure.
Okay.
But 845 is my second home though. I love everybody in 845. 845 shows me a lot of love. So shout out to the
Right,
whole Poughkeepsie 845 for sure.
right. We definitely love you too. So that's a fact. That's a fact. All right. What else did I want to ask? Okay. So when I came over to, you know, sketch out the well, mural and all that, right? I walked
All right.
into your apartment and I noticed that you were playing a DJ's mix,
Right.
right? And I'm like, I mean, that hasn't happened to me in a long time. I mean, I don't really go over to like chill or
Right.
nothing or do like I don't really be chilling. I'm like straight up just working all the time.
Right.
And you weren't chilling either. That was work too, right? But
Right.
at the same time, like the fact that you listen to DJ's mixes on YouTube like I do, I thought that was so dope because like I don't even have, this is crazy, right? I don't even have Netflix or Tubi or I literally don't even watch TV. Like all I do is listen to mixes on YouTube for the most part, you know, and make my
Right.
own music and do stuff like that, do art and do that, right? So I don't remember who it was that was playing, but I just remember being like, damn, he's nice. And I just wanted to know, are there any DJs that like have inspired you?
For sure. So obviously, for those of you that don't know my story in DJing, it's not something that like I grew up wanting to do. It kind of like just fell in my lap during the pandemic for real. Um, but even before then, people like my boy DJ Miracle, DJ Esco, who else? DJ Have. These are all DJs, Miracles from the Bronx, but he's in the 845 area as well. These are all people that I've seen DJ, and it was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like you know, the whole DJ concept is like fire. Me being in music, you know, anything music was like, all right, that's fire. Um, but as I got into DJing, um, I just started rubbing shoulders with a lot of dope DJs that, you know, as me being someone who's constantly learning and I'm very teachable and I always want to like pick the brains of those that I come across just because it's like I'm new to DJ. I still feel like a newbie to DJing, even though it might seem like I'm moving around and I'm doing so much. I still feel kind of new to it because I've only really been DJing in clubs for real for like the last 2 years. So just being able to rub shoulders with other DJs. So like I said, Miracle, Esco are people that I look up to. DJ Todd Boogie is my favorite DJ that I've grown to have like an amazing relationship with. And I think that's the person who I kind of like idolize and kind of like not mimic, but I take a lot of what he does and make it my own in regards to DJing. But there's a whole list of DJs: Kurt Crazy, King James. Uh, there's a lot. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that I like. I really appreciate what they do, and that I try to like have as many conversations about DJing and how to be better whenever I get the chance to have those conversations with them. So I definitely appreciate those guys for real, just for embracing me as somebody new into the game and showing me the ropes whenever I do need the advice or whatever. So
Yeah, most definitely. I literally, as you're mentioning them, I'm trying to send them the live because I know them too, you know, and I think that it's dope you're shouting them out. And it's true, like when you're new in anything, like you gotta earn, like you gotta earn your respect in a sense, right?
hell yeah,
And what's crazy with you is like you're so successful and moving all over and got stuff going for you for a reason. It's
right,
because you're really good at what you do, you know? So
yeah,
it's like if you were like whatever type of DJ and they would have to like train you and really teach you the ropes for real, and like you couldn't, like you had a knack for it, like you just picked it up
right.
and got to work. So that helps a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Like I think the hardest part for me in regards to DJing is just learning like the technical side of it because I was a musician before. It's like I knew music already. Like so it's like that wasn't hard to like to build out a music catalog, I guess, or a music library of music because like I was just so diverse in music already from being a musician. It was more so learning like the technical side of the board and how to like blend and obviously I know timing because of music and bar counts and keys. So all that stuff was already natural to me. So it's really just learning the technical side. And once I got the technical side, it was just like, all right, this game on now. Like it's like it's not too much I can't do because I know the technical side of it, which I'm still learning, but it definitely was kind of like easy for me to pick up on it just because of my musical background. So that definitely helped a lot for sure.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody who's in here and shout out to everybody commenting. Yeah, I can relate, right? Because I DJ as well, but you know how we spoke on you know being a multi-talented, multifaceted artist in general, like it's hard to it's almost like you kind of got to push one really hard, like
Yeah,
pedal to the floor.
yeah,
So it's like because it's like to be like that it's a lot, it's so much work just if we were just one aspect of the music, but when there's multiple avenues, it you know it requires a lot of energy, dedication, time, and patience, because it's true with learning DJing, like you do have, I'm still learning it too, you know. I DJ like private events and stuff. I'm not really out in the clubs like that, but I you know I plan on stepping out fully once I'm there. And I think that we also are the most harsh critics on ourselves. Like when I DJ, people are like, yo, you far, and I'm like, it's all right.
right. And I think that's just being a creative though. Like you kind of like hit the nail on the head, like when you said like we tend to bounce around a lot in regards to like the creative spaces when it comes to music, and that's something that I had to deal with. Like I just kind of like conquered that, you know, like find one thing and lock in on that. But it's so hard, like you said, when you know, like, yeah, I'm an amazing DJ, but I got bars too. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm an amazing DJ, but my pen game is retarded. I'm an amazing DJ, but I could sing a little bit. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a constant battle of like stick to this, but don't forget that you do this. But then it's just like I could be DJing right now and be thinking of bars in my head, and then be like, you know what I mean? So it's a constant battle of creativity and just pushing the boundaries. But you know, you learn to find your stride and what works and what doesn't, and you know the capacities in which you can operate creatively without being overwhelmed by the creative energy that you feel at times. So I'm definitely still mastering that, but right now I'm definitely locked in on DJing for sure. Because yeah, that's just that's where it's at right now for me at least.
Yeah, yeah. And I love that. You definitely right about all that. Let me see. MIG845 said Tommydidit set does not miss. See? See?
I appreciate that.
Miracle said felt that OD.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Miracle. Shouts to Miracle, amazing DJ, incredible, incredible artist, songwriter, rapper. I guess you could say he sing, but he gets busy. So shouts to Miracle. That's also who I was talking about. I can't see none of the comments. I don't know who's in here, but that's Miracle who kind of, and it was crazy because Miracle, before I started DJing, he DJ'd my baby shower, and I didn't know him at all.
Wow.
And then like maybe like a year later, a year or two later, like we kind of got close or whatever. And I was like, yo, bro, I want to learn to DJ. He was like, yo, do it. And then it's like, I mean, that's my brother for life. So shouts to Miracle for sure. That's my guy.
Yeah. Shout out to him. I mean, it's I think a beautiful part of what we do is the connections we make along the way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's dope to follow each other's, you know, what we do and be of support because like we're all in a sense upcoming, you know, it's like we're all on the come up. We're all rising creatives in our own sense.
Yep.
So definitely much love and support to everybody. That makes me want to shout out J Mart too.
Oh yeah, J Mar's the fucking goat. Excuse my language. But J Mar, that dude, man, words can't explain how special that dude is, and just his energy, his creative processes, like just his ability to put together like events at the magnitude that he's doing is like insane. And like just for him to like see something in me and allow me to like be the vibe setter at his events and just do what I do. He doesn't like try to like tell me what every time I touch the set at one of his events, bro, do what you do. Don't worry about nothing. Just do what you do. And J Mar is an amazing mentor. Like that dude is incredible. So shout out to J Mar for sure.
Yes,
That dude is incredible.
shout out to him and shout out to his soul R&B picnics, soul R&B brunches. You know, I know that you DJ at those. I would love to DJ at those at some point as well. Because what my favorite genre is R&B. I don't know. What is yours?
I literally started DJing, and it wasn't to, and I always tell people this, like, it wasn't to like DJing clubs, do events, none of that. I literally was just bored during the pandemic and stuff, and was like, yo, you know what? I want to get like a little DJ set up, learn how to DJ so I could DJ R&B music in my house. That was my whole goal behind wanting to learn how to DJ so I could play R&B music in my house. I just so happened to lie to one of my friend's uncles and was like, "Oh, I DJed for mad long. Let me DJ in your spot." And he was like, "All right." And then it was up ever since. Nah, for real, it was up ever since then. Like I literally lied to this man, like, "Yo, bro, like, shouts to Chi-Chi. Like, yo, Chi-Chi, tell your uncle I'm nice. Like, I need a DJ." He said, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh shit, so it's real now." You know what I mean? It's real now. And then it was just up from there. Like literally, like I haven't stopped since that day, for real. So. Shouts to them for giving me the opportunity when I lied. I'm sorry, but it worked out for the best, I think.
Sorry, but not sorry. You do what you do.
Yeah, it worked out for the best.
Promo 845 said not live.
I lied. I told a bold-faced lie. Sure did.
But yo, shout out to you though for taking that risk on yourself.
Yeah, you got
Because
to.
I think people are scared. I think people play it safe.
Too safe.
You know.
That's one thing that I learned early. Not early, but I just learned that you can't. The hardest step is the first step. You know what I mean? It's like once you take that first step, like you'll realize that like the things that you want to come to fruition, your dreams, your goals, the move that you want to make, the business that you want to start, you'll realize that it's really not that scary. It's not that hard once you get started. You know what I mean? So that's how I live my life now. Like I'm not afraid to do anything. Like the worst I feel that could happen when trying to do something new. So you might lose a little bit of money trying to start it, or you know what I mean. But it's like you just never know unless you try. And like one of my favorite Kanye quotes is like he says, people are so scared to lose they don't even try. And it's like that shit is like for real. That's like you don't know what can happen if you just try. Like if it failed, at least you know you tried it. But if it works out in your favor, then it's like shit. I'm glad I took a chance on it because if not, then you know who knows what life would be like. You know what I mean? So shout out to all the people that's fearless in their pursuits. Like keep that energy because that shit is beautiful.
Hmm. You know, I think, to be quite honest, that that's what life is about. I think that a big part of what I do in general, like in the grand scheme of things, is to inspire others to also do that, you know, especially the youth, because I feel like if you could inspire them young and get them to believe in themselves early on, you know, it's almost like, you know, I grew up in a house of love and encouragement and stuff, but not a house of what it is that I do as far as music and all that. So it's like I didn't have the guidance for that, but I had the passion for it. So I learned what I had to learn. And then I, you know, took it upon myself to figure out what it is that I got to do to continue moving forward. And there's never going to be a time where I learned everything, I feel like.
You don't. It's life is like a constant like channel of learning. Like you just never figure it out. Like and then in the moments where you do feel like, oh, I figured this out, it's like, nah, you haven't. It's like I learned that lesson raising my daughter, like raising a kid where it's just like, oh, I got her figured out. Like I know. And then the next day she'll just come with some other shit and it's just like, but you just and then you gotta adapt to it. And that's what life is. It's like your circumstances and your life situations all change every day. And it's all about how you adapt to it and your perspective and your mindset in regards to the changes. You know what I mean? So it's like you control your will and your attitude toward the things happening in your life. So if you want to be negative about it, then you got to deal with the negative energy and the consequences come from thinking negative about it. But if you look at the positive, I kind of posted something about that today. Like if you, it's all about your lens and how you see things. Like if you enter all things with positive energy, pure intentions, love, compassion, then those things are gonna, you know, feed you that energy back. But if you go into a negative, then it's just like all you're doing is just creating a realm of negative energy around you, and everything that you come in contact with is gonna feel negative. So you just gotta
Mhm.
kind of like be fearless and just, you know, take chances and lead with love.
Yes, definitely lead with love, you know, be love, embody love, right? And that positive energy.
For
And
sure.
invest in yourself and chase your dreams and all that, you know. But I love what you said, and I did see that post, right? I definitely liked it because it's true that what we focus on, you know, magnifies, and
Mhm.
so whichever energy we latch on to is what's gonna be what we continue to feel. And
Right.
you know, 2024 was hard for me. I don't know about anybody else. It was difficult for me. And I think that what's beautiful for people like us and just people in general who are able to find a creative avenue, like we're able to transmute that,
Right.
you know, and it's so important to like flip the shift, like shift the perspective on it. Like this is happening for me, for my highest good, for my, you know, greatest good. Like whether
Yep.
it feels like that or not, like I'm gonna choose to believe that even in the pain, you know, even in the midst of the chaos of it, I'm gonna still choose to believe like, okay, this is for my greatest good. How can I use this pain as fuel and like push and
Right.
keep going?
Yep. There's a positive in every negative situation. Is that we're so conditioned to focus on the negative that we don't realize the positives is happening at the same time. So it's all
Hmm.
perspective, all how you look at it.
Yeah. I think what people don't talk about a lot also is like you mentioned the word condition, which made me think about the stories that like we tell ourselves. And like people don't realize down to the like scientific aspect of it, like our brains, like our subconscious and like I don't know if you've heard of what is it called? What is it called when that part of your brain is like it almost acts as like a filter, and it's like since you were young it formed, and like as you go throughout life and experience things, like everything goes through that filter. So it's like subconscious is constantly searching for ways to tell you, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're not good enough. Yeah, you're right. This and that. Like always the negative story that we hold on to. And I appreciate you for being so open about your mental health, because I know that you are. And I think it's definitely harder for men to do that than it is for women.
Yeah, I'm definitely I'm a mental health advocate regardless, but specifically for men for sure, because uh, again, we just live in a world where men are conditioned to not feel and to like hold back how they feel or not to show emotion. And I think a part of me being so open about it is just being is because of the way that I was raised. You know, I was raised by a bunch of women, especially my mom being, you know, that leading force in that world where she always told me growing up, you know, if you feel something, feel it. If you need to go in the corner and cry, if you need to cry right here, cry. You know what I mean? Like don't suppress the way that you feel because of, you know, the way society has deemed men to be or needs how they need to be. So
Mm-hmm.
I definitely owe that to my mom a lot because that's why I wear my heart on my sleeve. I get in my bag sometimes. I'm mad, emotional, and sensitive, but it's like, you know, hey, it happens. It happens.
Me too, though. Me too. What's your sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
Capricorn.
Big Cap energy.
I love that. I've met Capricorns and liked all of them. My dad was a Capricorn. I love the energy. I love the energy. I'm a Cancer though, so that's why um when you say sensitive and emotional, I can feel that heavy.
Sensitive and emotional. I don't hide it. People say, you're so outspoken. Is it because I don't get, can we curse?
Yeah, we
I don't
already
give a fuck. Like people, I do what I want. I don't give a fuck. Like, excuse my language, but I don't. Like, I don't care what people think about me. I don't care how people view me. None of that. Like, there's nothing that anybody can say to me or do to me that make me feel like I ain't him.
right.
And I'm confident in that I am him, but I'm also very humble in the fact that I am him. So it's like there's nothing nobody can tell me. I just don't care. Like it's like when you feed into people's opinions on you, it's like you're giving them power, and I just don't allow people to have that kind of control over my emotions. I regulate my emotions and my confidence and my joy. I don't let other people's opinions and stuff do that for me. So it's like people know I'm a rebel. Like I'm a sweetheart. I'm calm, cool, collected, but I have a very rebellious side that's very like, you know what? Fuck the world. Like, like I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I don't live by society's rule. I play by my own rules. So
I know that's right. We got people commenting emojis and stuff. Definitely agreeing with you. I definitely agree with you. Like when you know yourself, I've always said this, yo, like I know myself and I've taken a lot of time and have done a lot of inner work and spiritual work and acceptance and self-love work
right.
to where I've gotten to a point too, same, where it's like nobody could tell me who I am and who I'm not.
Nope.
At all, right? Like nobody could tell me you can't, like what you just said is so spot on. It
Yeah.
Your opinion doesn't matter because it doesn't change the way that I think of myself, good, bad, or indifferent. Like I'm steady in this.
Right. And I feel like people who judge you for knowing who they are only do that because they don't know who they are. It's like
Mm,
they people don't like to see people be authentic. It's like, oh, that person's so comfortable being themselves. I don't like that. Like I envy that because like a lot of people are running around here putting on fronts,
mm,
and it's like
mm.
you know how much simpler and how much more happy your life will be if you just show up to everything that you do and meet everybody that you meet and you come in contact with as your authentic self without having to switch. Oh, I'm this way with my mom. I'm this way with my dad. I'm this way with my cousin. I'm this way. It's like, bro, the way that I am is who I am with everybody. You're not getting a different version of Tommy at all. Like, yeah, I know how to dumb it down and add, you know, different energies to the atmosphere that I'm in, but you're
Right.
getting the same person regardless. Like I know how to be the most proper, or I can be ghetto as hell. You know what I mean? It's like, but you're getting the same time. I mean, it's just different levels to it. You know what I mean? So it's like
Right.
I take a lot of, and that's weirdo. Going back to weirdo, like that song is literally just me saying like I know I'm weird as fuck, and I embrace it. I don't care. Like you know what I mean? Like it's like there's nothing you can tell me. Like you know what I mean? So shout out to all the people that is really embracing themselves out there. Yeah, fucking rock, and I love it a lot.
Bring. Yes, for sure.
Yeah,
Um, She Loves Def said, absolutely, knowing yourself is so underrated. People have to learn to spend time with themselves. And then she had said too, it's intimidating to others. That's a fact, you know?
yep.
It's a fact.
I got slacked my whole life for just being myself. There's people in the world that will literally hate you for being who you are. Like, it's like, how does that make sense, bro? Like, like, I get it though, but like anything that people project outward is just a direct reflection of how they feel inward. And it's like, I'm gonna pray for you. That's it. Like, I ain't no ill will. So, but sometimes you gotta pop out and show me. You you know.
I feel that.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show them.
I feel that. I feel like 2025 was really a like pop your shit year for real.
Oh no,
Like,
it's definitely like anybody that knows me knows like I'm very like I could post some shit talking my shit and then my soul would be like, Tommy, that's not even you, bro. Delete it, and I would delete it. But now this year just has a different energy because it's like I put in a lot of work, and then it's like a lot of people out here swagger jacking, trying to mimic everything that I'm doing, and it's just like, yo, if y'all don't give me credit when y'all start doing stuff that I'm doing that y'all haven't been doing, that's another story. This is not for this podcast. But yeah, man, like I'm talking my shit this year because like I put in a lot of work and I've done a lot in such a short amount of time that like I need to pat myself on the back. You know what I mean? Because like the run that I'm on and been on, I'm very grateful and blessed for. But this shit don't happen every day. You don't see this type of energy and just like the output that I'm doing things like you don't see this often, and I recognize that. And a lot of people tell me that all the time, and I'm so humble to the point where I kind of minimize the things that I'm doing because it's just like I don't feel the need to like have to brag about it or boast about it. Um, but sometimes I just look and I think about all the things that I'm doing and all the things that I'm planning on doing, and it's just like, bro, like you're one of the ones, you're one of the chosen ones for real. Like, and if you're not, you're just doing a hell of a job connecting your dreams and making them happen. So, um, I'm blessed and grateful.
yes, shout out to you. And I think what's cool is I was thinking about this earlier, how throughout the journey, so many people, I feel like we get kind of used to it, but so many people will say, like, yo, you one of the chosen ones. They'll say, like, yo, like, you really, that they recognize it. So, as much as there's hate, there's also a lot of love and people who recognize real,
Yeah,
and they'll say it. So, I appreciate them for that. Miracle said, God will always speak louder than we do. I know that's right.
that's a fact.
Creative
That's a fact.
flow, inspired. Yes. Okay, so speaking on what you got going on, I want to talk about R&B Me Please, and I definitely want to talk about the Pulse Room. So I'm
Absolutely.
I'm gonna leave the floor open to you.
Um, so R&B Me Please is actually something that I started. What R&B Me Please is today is something. It's not different, but it is different. So my partner Jay, he had actually booked me beginning of last year for an R&B event that he was trying to throw called Lovers and Friends, and I did two of those with him, and then I realized that our visions aligned. I already had R&B Me Please. He had Lovers and Friends. And I was like, oh, there's already a Lovers and Friends concert type of thing, so that name isn't going to work. So I was like, you know what? I have an R&B Me Please that I started when I first started DJing. I used to throw brunches that were like super lit. Um, and I was like, we might as well just use that name and we might as well team up and just do it together. He was like, all right, cool. Um, so that's kind of like how R&B Me Please was started. Um, last year, and we just threw 12 events all of last year, all successful. Um, it's just something about R&B music that just brings people together. Like I think R&B music is really the universal like genre of music, where it's just like you can have all kinds of people in the same room, and whether if they speak English or not, like there's just certain R&B songs that when they come on, like everybody just knows the words to it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, R&B just has a very special place in my heart. That's really all I listen to. Like, obviously being a DJ, I gotta listen to all genres of music just so I can stay up to date to what's going on. But 99.9% of the time, if you're in my car or at the crib, whatever, it's probably R&B playing for sure. So that's definitely how R&B me please, and it's just growing. And I get a lot of inspiration from J March's event, and I get a lot of counsel and just guidance from him as well in regards to that. So yeah, R&B me please, that's my baby. That's my baby for sure.
Well, congratulations to you on that and all that you're doing. I feel like with you saying what you just said, I feel like R&B as a genre is like the smile, like that universal smile of music
Yeah.
is because it feels so good to the soul. Like nothing hits like R&B and soul hits.
Nothing.
Nothing hits like that.
Nope.
So thank you for continuing to push that music out there, because I think that that it makes people feel good, and I think that that's important. We don't gotta go out and have fun and listen to all drill music and stuff
Right.
like that. Like we could just sing our hearts out, whether we could sing or not,
Right.
and enjoy it. And I think that's super super special. And it's that light energy, it's that good energy.
Yeah.
So speaking about good energy, you gotta talk about the post room.
That's my baby for real. So obviously like the concept of like online, I don't know if you would call it a party, but like online like kickbacks, like with a DJ and people in the background. It's not like a new concept. Like I've always watched those type of videos, but I've always wanted to do one, and uh, you know, it was one of those things like we were saying earlier. Like it was just like I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know how exactly this is going to go. I just knew that my boy Maddie does video and photos, so I reached out to him about it. I was just researching different spaces in the area, and I found the all white room. Um, and I was like, "Oh, this is dope!" Like it gives me the ability to do like color schemes, to make the space pop. And then I kind of like I thought of the idea. This is probably the end of July. I think I really was like, yo, I'm doing this. And then we do the first one in September. And the shit is just amazing. like I don't even know how to explain it. Like the energy, like for all those, if there's anybody in the chat that's ever attended one, they'll tell you that
There
like
is.
yeah, like the post room, like the energy there is just different. It's like it really feels like a family. Like it's intimate, but it's bright. It's not like a dark room where like you know what I mean. Like it's bright. You see everybody like an hour before the set start. Like I have everybody come in and like say where they're from because there's obviously a bunch of different people that don't know each other. So we kind of like mesh and get to know each other before we go into the room to actually party with each other. So that it's not awkward. It's just I don't know how to explain. It's a vibe. That's the best way to explain it. Like it's just a super vibe, and like I'm really excited.
Someone said super elite vibes.
Word for sure. Like it's dope. The energy is just really dope. Like it's a room full of love, like open mindedness to like different kinds of music and just different ways of playing music. Um, And one of the main reasons why I wanted to do it is because of like the human connection aspect of it. Obviously, like the music part is like the base of it, but like I just wanted a space where people can come together and you don't have to worry about like the 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 randomness of people acting out in like a club setting that you know what I mean. It's like everybody that's here for the most part, so it's dope. It's like really dope, and I'm like really excited to see like how far I could take that and where it goes next. I've been having like a lot of like high profile DJs reach out to me like, yo, I want to do that. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, it's just opening doors. Um, yeah, the post room, that thing is, that's a whole entity in his own. So shouts to everybody. Shouts to my boy Matty. He's part owner in that with me. So
shout out to Maddie B.
yeah, Matty B, that's my guy. Yeah, so yeah, the post room is just one of those ones. Shouts to everybody on that waiting list.
Yeah. I definitely got to pull up to one of the post room events. You know, I peeped them and I'm like, yeah, that's a vibe. That's a vibe. And I'm proud of you. You know, I'm proud of you for, because that's yet again one thing. You know, it's like as creatives we have this vision. You know,
Right.
and you had, you know, both you and I have seen stuff like that on YouTube, and you're like, I could do that, and
Right.
you made it happen, and now it's popping. The post room, the post room, the post room. That you know.
It's like it's crazy. Like even like when like it's time to like drop the tickets for like the next one, it's just like it's like people like I need 10 tickets, I need 5, I need. It's like oh shit, all right, cool. Like you know what I mean? It's like, and there's a lot of people that like that constantly come back, and that in itself is like the fact that like you know they just want to share that vibe and that space all the time. It just speaks volumes to like the kind of you know experience that it is, because it's people that tell me like, oh, like I'm socially awkward, but like something about the post room is like I just feel comfortable there. Like you know what I mean? Where it's just like I can come out of my shell and not worry about being judged or you know like you know what I mean. So it's just like I just think it's a really dope energy and just space for people to be themselves and also to like commune and like just have a good time without you know the the awkwardness of like nightlife that you may experience when you do go out. So
Yeah,
it's dope.
it's curating a particular vibe, and I think, you know, obviously with people who have been to it and want to keep coming back, you're doing what you're trying to do there. So
Yeah.
is that, or is a venue, I want to know where your favorite place that you've DJ'd at is. What's this, what spot?
My favorite spot that I've DJ'd. I'm not gonna lie. Um, Reason and Ruckus and Poughkeepsie is definitely in my top 3 spots. My favorite spot. Um, Reason and Ruckus is really dope. I would have to say Reason and Ruckus, only because like I just love like spaces where I'm not boxed into just playing R&B, hip hop, reggae. Like I love all kinds of music, and like anybody that's ever heard me DJ, they'll know like I go left every chance I get. Like I'll play some like I'll play some shit that you was like is he for real? Like last 2 weeks ago, like I started my set off playing Baby Shark. Like it's like I mean, like for real. So it's like I really love just having like the creative space to like do what I
Yeah.
want and not feel like I'm being boxed into like just certain genres of music. But even then, it's like I'm at that. I'm so comfortable like in my DJing that like I can be at like a urban party and I'm going to throw on some fucking Backstreet Boys just because like it's like that's what I want to hear in the moment. It's like you don't want to hear it, cool, but I'm gonna rock out until I want to turn it off. You know what I mean? So
You
um,
controlling it.
yeah, so like definitely Reason Records, Coyotes in Newburgh is also one of my favorite spots. Um, just like the aesthetics and the lighting and stuff like it's like really dope.
Mm.
And then oh, I'm lying. Escape nightclub in Stanford. Yeah, so it would be Escape, Reason and Ruckus, Coyotes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to all 3 of those places. And what advice would you give to an upcoming DJ just starting out?
So I don't know if I have the ability like the authority to give advice because I still feel like a newbie to be honest. I guess just find what it is that makes you stand out from everybody else. Like I knew coming into DJing that I wanted to be known as an R&B DJ. Like I have no issues with people saying, "Oh, that's an R&B DJ." R&B has presented me with a lot of opportunities. So it's like I don't mind. You can say that all you want, but it's like don't get it twisted though, because I will walk on you in any genre. Like I can get busy, but I just know when it comes to specifically R&B in the 845, there ain't nobody that could go toe to toe for me. There's not a lot of people in general that can really go toe to toe with me when in regards to R&B, but I think it was just, just find whatever it is that makes you different. Like I really pride myself on like taking the time out to really go as far left as I possibly can from everybody else. Like I see what everybody else is doing, and I try to figure out what can I do that's completely opposite of that, but still is authentic to me and my energy, and that when I present it to people, it doesn't feel like it's being forced.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would definitely say just find something that's unique to who you are as a person and your energy and your personality, your charisma, or whatever it is that you bring and offer to the world. Just hone in on that and double down on it. And the people that who are meant to gravitate toward it will, and those that aren't, not every art is subjective. Not everybody's gonna like it. And I feel like DJing is an art form, so it's like you're gonna have people that's gonna love it, love what you're doing, and you're gonna have people that don't like it. It's like that's cool. I'm not tripping on it. You know what I mean? I'm not for everybody, and that's perfectly fine. But as long as you know that you're for you, that's all that really matters at the end of the day anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, I would say be authentic in your approach to anything that you're doing in regards to that.
I like that answer. Chrissy said, "Bring it, bring it." Shout out to
Right.
everybody who's tuned into this. Everybody who's here from the beginning. I have got one more thing. This is Talk About It Tuesdays, hashtag TAT. So I ask all of my special guests, if you have a tattoo, which I know you do, share one with us and explain any meaning behind it that you may have.
And it goes back to my little shorty, my daughter's portrait on my leg. Yeah, I mean, that little girl changed my life, saved my life. She's really the catalyst for every single thing that I do since she's been born. And um, yeah, it's like that having a kid and that love that you feel from having a kid is just like you long for that, like in companionship or whatever. And obviously the love is different because it's your child, but that just authentic, unconditional, like she's not judging me, she loves me simply because I exist. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and there's no alternative, like there's no motives behind it. There's it's just love at its purest form. And that is like the fuel. Like if you ever get to experience that, like you'll understand like the kind of energy that brings. Like, so like, yeah, like, yeah, definitely my daughter's tattoo. Like it's a reminder that like whenever I feel like I'm in my head about something, I just look down. Yeah, it's showtime. It's go time. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's like I want to ease up, and then I look at it like, yeah, nah, they getting this work. They getting this work. So shout out to my little shorty. Shout out to Jess.
Shout out to Jess. I love that. Are you willing to show us the tattoo or another tattoo of yours that you have?
I kind of got like on like 5 layers right now, to be honest.
I know you got
Shoot.
one on your hands because I peeped that.
Yeah, so this one says, I don't know if people see it. So it says, dreams are reality. I mean, dreams are for real, reality is wrong. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of, yeah, and then I kind of like tattoo my neck. Like I'm kind of like tatted up for real. But yeah, shout out to my daughter's tattoo is definitely, I'm actually about to finish my leg. Like my whole left leg, well, the bottom half of my left leg is going to be dedicated to her. So like I'm actually finishing that up next month. So summertime I'll be tatted up. You know what I mean?
That's dope. That's dope. Well, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for being the first 2025 guest on Talk About It Tuesdays.
I feel special.
Keep being special. You are special. That's for sure, and continue setting the vibe everywhere you go and setting the bar higher and higher for yourself and taking care of yourself and yours. I definitely respect it. And yeah, this is Talk About It Tuesdays, every second and fourth Tuesday of every month, right here on Instagram, live, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As soon as this gets taken down, it is going on the full episode COC Network on YouTube. So go subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll post some clips, some snippets, some little gems that were dropped here and there. And everybody who's following me and watching this, Go follow Tommydidit, and everybody that's watching through Tommy's side, come follow me and see what it is that I'm about to. This is Talk About It Tuesdays,
Yes, sir.
hashtag THC. Thank you so much for
I
hopping on,
appreciate it. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
of course. And shout out to everybody that tuned in and showed love. It's your girl, Sammie B, and Tommydidit. Bring!